Hello, this is David Rovics with a song for today from the Song News Network. On April 19th, 1943, what might be accurately described as the greatest urban rebellion in the history of civilization began. About 90% of Warsaw's Jews had been sent to extermination camps. Those that remained had long before been forced to live in a walled ghetto with virtually no food. The starving residents of the ghetto formed the Jewish Fighting Organization. For 28 days, with only a small handful of old guns, a lot of ingenuity, and total self-sacrifice, the men and women who referred to each other as the Walking Dead fought an urban guerrilla war against the Nazis, killing scores and twice breaching the ghetto walls. The fighting only ended when every building in the ghetto lay in ruins. A few ghetto fighters managed to escape in the end. Some of them ended up on a kibbutz in Israel, where they became fierce critics of their new government's treatment of the Palestinians. First they occupied our country, then they spread their vicious lies. Evil propaganda filled our ranks with double-dealing spies. They cordoned off a reservation, built a wall all around it, drove us all into this ghetto, and our city'd never be as the Nazis found. First no one believed it, just what horrors lay in store. The sound of boots upon the staircase, of leather gloves upon the door. Some of us they sent to labor, to slave for them to the last breath. Most of us they sent to Auschwitz, 500,000 people sent to a pointless early death. There were those of us who worked with them, a desperate effort to survive. Even when our numbers were so few, maybe 60,000 left alive. People said we had no chances. By then we all knew they were right. It was 1943, and we, the Walking Dead, made up our minds to fight. I remember Warsaw. We stood side by side. The Star of David flew above the ghetto. There we lived and there we died. We cleansed the ghetto of their agents, dug a maze of tunnels underground. We begged the Allies give us weapons, but empty words was all we found. So we saved each precious bottle, made bombs of rags and gasoline, and in this script of mindless carnage, we waited in the shadows for the final scene. It was the month of April. The SS came marching in, singing songs to praise der Führer and all his Aryan kin. To see the shock upon their faces, we'd show the world on this day. We'd not go like sheep off to the slaughter. With the last blood running through our hearts, we'd make the devils pay. I remember Warsaw. We stood side by side. The Star of David flew above the ghetto. There we lived and there we died. We had taken our positions, each escape route planned. We rained down Molotovs upon them, with each retreat another stand. Yes, we killed the Nazi bastards. They lay dying by the score. We made each scarce bullet count, and as the demons ran, we killed some more. For 1 full month the battle raged, and the word spread all around that it wasn't over till every building had been leveled to the ground. I am the ghost of the apocalypse, and these few words I have to tell. Let it never be forgotten that for 4 long weeks we fought, we stood up before we fell. I remember Warsaw, we stood side by side. The Star of David flew above the ghetto. There we lived and there we died. This has been a Song for Today from the Song News Network. To hear other episodes and to follow a daily feed of songs about this date in history from songwriters around the world, check out davidrovics.com/songnews.